Today on Suncoast View, the nation reacts to Hurricane Harvey's effect on Houston. What can we learn here on the Suncoast? We'll discuss.
An allergy medicine can come with side effects. Today we'll ask Dr. Jenny about natural alternatives to beating the daily sniffles and sneezing.
And our guide dog Wrigley is off to school. We'll take a look at the Southeastern Guide Dog Ceremony. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Cliff Rolls, our photographer extraordinaire who's been traveling the world.
Thank you. I made it back. I survived.
That's so good.
Very, very well. I had 8 countries in 1 month. So
wow.
Within the space of 4 weeks, we got round 8 countries and tops of mountains, bottom of lakes, and took some of the most beautiful pictures I think I've ever taken in my life.
Well, good. We look forward to seeing them, and we're glad you're here to share them with us.
Glad to be here.
And Linda, we're glad you're back as well. You traveled over the weekend.
Yes. Well, not quite as glamorous. I went to my granddaughter's 9th birthday. When my grandchildren, she's the oldest, started to be born, I said, I never will miss your birthday. So that's Ariana. She turned 9.
And
that's
she's
a big
in Atlanta, right?
She's in Atlanta. You know, it was a beautiful day, cool, nice in Atlanta yesterday. We were out at a park. So it was a wonderful 9th birthday. I spent the day playing games. That's my sister Margaret. She's my younger sister, and I learned a terrible thing this weekend.
What?
I mentioned to my daughter-in-law, when my daughter was young, I read her diary. And my sister said, oh, I read your diary too.
That's amazing.
Oh no, what does she know about me?
That is phenomenal. This is why being an only child is not a bad thing.
Yes.
I love that story. Well, Beth and I hunkered down and laid on the couch in the rain all weekend, so it was good that you both had fun things going on because you didn't miss much here.
No.
And you're still seeing it today. So.
It did not stop raining at my house. It still has not stopped.
I kept hearing that. But when I got home about midnight, you know, all the streets were dry, it wasn't raining, and I thought, what are these people talking about? I guess I'll find out very soon.
You should come by.
Probably.
Take a visit to my house. I have several extra lakes.
All right, well, to give us comfort here is back in the kitchen one of our friends, Paulette from Spice and Tea Exchange. Ooh, it's kind of one of those good days for a cup of tea. What are we making today?
Well, we made it into a little bit of a tropical tea. Since it's a little dreary outside, we thought we'd bring it inside and have some fun. So it's our Tropicito.
Okay.
It is a white tropical tea. It's an organic white Chinese tea with bits of pineapple and peaches in it.
And
so
it's
we
gorgeous.
mixed that. Yeah, we mixed it with a white wine and then infused it with some real pineapple and peaches as well.
All right. I love the idea of the fruit infused with the tea and the wine. That's a nice little summer kick. And we'll get our tropics back. You know, we can never
refreshing.
We can never complain about clouds and rain here because you know quickly it will change. Yeah. So, and with everything else going on in the country, we know we do not have much to complain about, and that is our first hot topic. The remnants of Hurricane Harvey continue to soak Houston, where more than 30 inches of rain has already fallen. The amazing pictures hit close to home here on the Suncoast after minor flooding certainly inconvenienced many over the weekend. Now, evacuation orders are in place in Houston for those living along rivers and bayous. Those will crest later this week, but thousands are still being rescued right now from flooded homes. So questions are already coming in. Should the evacuation orders have been issued earlier, or does that create different problems?
I think it would have created mass hysteria. And you never really can predict with storms because everyone we always prepare and we're always worried about the wind, not realizing that a lot of the damage that comes from storms, tropical or hurricanes, is the flooding.
Yes.
And you never know.
And you don't want to be in the middle of a highway lined up with thousands of cars when the flooding happens. And here, when Charlie came in, a lot of people from Sarasota went to Arcadia. Well, what happened? It went right through Arcadia and took the top off the big building there. Right. So you really can't predict the path exactly. But if you can get out of the state, I think it would be a good idea. I think it would be a good idea. But otherwise, going out at the last minute is not a good idea.
I think there was a bit of confusion with the mayor saying that they should stay put, and the governor saying that they should go, and a lot of people were unsure about how to react, and on the basis of Katrina and the other catastrophes of the last decade. You think they would have learned a little bit? I'm sure they have, as far as FEMA is concerned, the emergency services. I see that people are being rescued, but this is this is a phenomenal catastrophe that's basically never happened in the United States. So they're still dealing with the problems that are occurring, and nobody's expected it to have lasted this long as well. So.
And it's going to continue. And that's the thing. I don't like to, obviously we need to learn from everything, but I hate to see fingers being pointed because, as Beth points out, every storm and every situation is different. To have a 6-day rain event put down 50 inches of rain.
No.
My dad lives in Houston, so we've been getting texts and updates. He has 29 inches as of this morning at his house.
Wow.
You know what I've learned from this one? Social media, because I saw in Good Morning America so many people that were stranded on the roof of their homes. They had no way to get out. And so they were posting on Facebook or they were tweeting, and somebody was coming to get them. So you need to get your phone charged up when you start having an emergency like that.
Well, especially because flooding's different than the wind. You know, Rockport, where the actual storm came in, there won't be and is no cell service there because they have different problems. But when there isn't wind and it's just water.
But the thing is, no infrastructure can be prepared for 20-something inches of rain. It's going to overflow any system. And at what point do you say, okay, it's Friday, it just hit? How do you leave now? You can't.
Right. No, I agree.
You
and of course, it's contaminated water.
Storm.
It's not just water they're wading through; it's contaminated.
Oh, and the alligators that are swimming around in there. I saw some of the video this weekend. Yeah,
and garbage.
Yeah, not a good situation. We will, of course, continue to keep Houston in our thoughts and prayers. And as all of us here on the Gulf Coast know, tropical season, it can happen to anyone. So absolutely have to be prepared.
I mean, there's even flooding here. Can just imagine.
Yeah, very minor in comparison, and we still are upset. Well, the Video Music Awards brought out the stars on MTV last night. Kendrick Lamar took home 6 awards, including Video of the Year, beating out Katy Perry and The Weeknd. But the show was really low-key. Even Miley Cyrus promised to behave herself on stage. There were a few political moments. Paris Jackson brought up some things. The mother of the Charlottesville victim, Heather, was there, and a pastor who spoke on racial tolerance. But in one of the odder moments, pop singer Lorde apparently had caught the flu. So she didn't attempt even to sing. She did an interpretive dance to her own song.
So you can dance better you can sing when you've got the flu.
I guess so. The VMA is a little out of my generation, I feel, at this point. I know the songs and the music, but I tried to sit down and watch that show, and I just couldn't. I really just couldn't. I didn't get it.
I didn't try either, though. I don't know. I mean, I like to say that I'm still young enough where I can understand pop culture, but you're doing an interpretive dance, stop it. Like, stop it right now.
Because you're too sick to sing.
On television, stop it right now.
Right.
Like, I mean, I get it. You want to be expressive, and who am I to tell a person how to express themselves? But at the same time, you're on television at an award ceremony, and this is the best we can do?
I'll wait for the Grammys.
Taylor Swift didn't even turn up. Is that right?
That I didn't think she personally was there, but I know her video dropped from the single on her new album, and it has mixed reviews online.
Oh, really?
That is the latest in the culture world for anyone trying to keep up. I'm personally waiting for the Grammys. I need a little more diversity in my music choices.
We can depend on your daughters.
Yeah. Oh no, I was getting text updates from the show.
So she says it's good. It's not great.
The Taylor Swift song got a thumbs up from my daughter.
Okay.
For whatever that means.
That probably means
the internet did not like it.
Oh.
So.
I would trust your daughter first.
We know her, so we're going with her.
I said I'm going to bed. Let me know if anything big happens. That's how we work that in our house. All right. Well, there must have been a lot going on somewhere across the country this weekend because nobody went to the movies, apparently. Hollywood effectively took the weekend off. The box office had the worst weekend in nearly 2 decades. It brought in only a total of $65 million. It has reportedly already been a very slow August, and there were no major new releases this week. I hate to admit it, I cannot remember the last movie I saw in a theater. Has anyone gone to the movies this summer? What are you guys seeing?
No, but I think it has a lot to do with storms, though, because like a good portion of the southeast are getting a lot of rain, so no one really wanted to
go out.
Yeah.
But has anything come out this summer that really made you say, I want to go see a movie?
They just aren't.
That's going to have to change.
I always get an indication when I'm doing these transatlantic flights and see the movies that they're offering on there and the latest releases, and I go through and I think, oh my goodness, this is great. I'm going to be able to see films that I've not been able to see in the movie theater. And then I go through them and I think,
Yeah.
No, I don't really need that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
You
I
don't
don't want
want any
that.
of them.
I end up watching some older movie as well.
Peculiar
There's
children
been nothing.
and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Not
know. I mean,
interesting.
I hope Hollywood can come out with some things that
And summer's
spur people
usually
to get
when
excited.
They usually
Exactly.
have those big summer blockbusters.
Wow. We know that Daniel Craig has agreed to do another James Bond, so
Yeah, well, there
we
are-
look forward to that.
There are things on the horizon. If you like horror movies, I've heard It is about the scariest thing you'll ever see that is being
Is that the one with the
re-released.
clowns?
That is the
Yeah.
one with the clowns that chase the children from the sewers. You'll never walk the same again.
I
That's
think
a
the
shame. I
story
like
was pretty
clowns.
scary.
I'm a clown
I
fan.
do too. Yeah.
All right, well, does it bother you to watch a violent or sex-filled R-rated movie in a theater when parents bring their kids? So most U.S. theaters have a rule called No 6 After 6. I didn't know this. This means that no children under the age of 6 can see an R-rated movie after 6 p.m. But if parents do bring their kids, it's at the youth price. So one writer at Bloomberg has said enough is enough, and he's joining some who propose that kids should have to pay adult prices for adult R-rated films, and that maybe that would stop parents from bringing kids to adult movies. What
I
do you
don't think
think?
that's a good idea, nor do I like the idea of allowing your kids to see certain things. But for some parents, a babysitter may not be an option. So they may be a little bit more lenient in the movies they want to see and come to the mindset of, okay, the kid won't understand. So they go and see these movies. And if movie attendance is already down. So if you increase the price for them to take their child, they're not going to come. So I think it's not going to be a good idea.
I have made the mistake of taking my children to a movie that they shouldn't see, not realizing it, and then trying to gather everybody up and stand in front of the picture so they couldn't see what was happening. And then they invariably ask questions
Yeah.
about what was that man doing
And
to
that's
her?
what started the complaining with this editorial, was
Yeah.
that the kids talk during the movies because they don't understand what's happening on the screen. And the moviegoer without the kids was like, this is distracting. I came to see an adult movie. I don't want this parent explaining to their kids what so-and-so is in the middle of the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
especially when there are explicit sex scenes or explicit violence scenes. I'm thinking of these horror movies where they're chainsawing people's heads off and think, I don't want my kids to have to see that. They'll never sleep properly again.
Yes.
Well, and
Probably
the
not.
moviegoer found himself worrying about these kids, like, oh my gosh, that 8-year-old just saw this, you know.
And their parent isn't even worried.
And he
That's
didn't enjoy the
disturbing.
movie, and who knows if the parent was worried. But yeah, no, I don't know
Probably
if I think
not.
increasing the price is a good idea either.
No.
I mean, a parent's going to do what a parent's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
you
know.
kind of have to let them.
Sit on the other side of the theater.
Parent their own way, I
don't know,
guess.
yeah.
So we are proud of our Sarasota circus heritage, but did you know there is a special place for retired circus performers just to our north? It's in Seffner, and it's called the Show People's Winter Quarters. There's a group of 10 trailers where retired performers have all chosen to live together. Well, now they have a new community center. Ringling just donated this 90-ton train car that is no longer needed as part of the circus train to the retired performer. So the train still has the Ringling logo. It was brought into place over the weekend, and it's now going to give the circus retirement community a place to all be together indoors. This, of course, done through Feld Entertainment, the parent company of Ringling. I thought that was really
Lovely
neat.
gesture.
is really cool.
Absolutely.
I thought it
They'll
was
have
really
great
neat that the
parties.
performers are still together.
that.
You know,
Yes.
whereas they used to train dogs and do dog shows, they said now they're walking their dogs and, you know, leading a normal, slower paced retired life, but still with the memories of everything
Well,
they
we've
had
got
done.
show folks here
Yes.
where everybody goes. I mean, you don't live there, but it's like a
club.
and you
Yeah.
can go and talk about the good old days, and there are pictures of the good old days and remember. But they'll have great parties in that thing.
I bet.
That thing is going to
Yeah.
rock.
As well it should. Well, speaking of rocking, here's a different way to feel better. You know, parents are taught to tightly swaddle newborns in a blanket when they're little because it helps them feel safe and secure. Apparently it works for adults too. At least in Japan. It's called otanomaki, and it is the hottest new form of therapy. It is adult swaddling. It is meant to chill you out. This actually started when a midwife was showing nervous new parents that swaddling is good. So she had them try it, and it stuck. The adults liked it too.
That would absolutely
Wow.
panic me.
Me? That's what I was thinking.
Just lay in your bed and put the blanket over your head. I mean, it's the same effect.
You don't need to pay somebody to tie you in.
No.
Well, you can't get out of
And then
that.
how are you going to get out?
That's scary. That's terrifying.
Cliff, you look
you have
disturbed.
It looks weird. It's so weird.
And you have
kinda
to be
like
very
Something I don't want to
limber.
see it on a normal, you know, I can't imagine. Probably if they held courses and took people in there, and there were a certain amount of people, and it was restricted, maybe it would work, but no, it just looked weird to me.
I'm with Bo Beth. Get under the covers, pull them up, enjoy the peace. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast when we come back. Cliff has the sights of his European travels to share.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast. A flood warning now has been issued by the National Weather Service for South Sarasota County until 6 p.m. Flooding now occurring from Osprey through Venice all the way down into Northport and places to the south near Inglewood. Port Charlotte getting poured on right now. Getting some reports down there that some of the roadways have been already impacted. The rainfall over the past 3 days has exceeded 16 inches in some areas, and so the rain that does fall has nowhere to go but on into the roadways. This is the area that the flood warning is in effect, but notice what's happened in Manatee County up there near, again, Bradenton and Bayshore Gardens, reporting some of the roadways there starting to flood already as well. So no flood warning yet, but I suspect the National Weather Service may issue a flood advisory for this particular area, especially near Bayshore Gardens, which saw the heaviest amount of rain over the weekend. You can see it's kind of training through that area. Again, the watches and warnings are up. The flood watch continues now for Manatee and Sarasota counties until 8 o'clock. We'll have more in the forecast at 5. See you then.
Well, it's a sure sign that summer is wrapping up when photographer Cliff Rolls come back from his annual walkabout. And we asked him to share some of his photos and stories with us. All right, Cliff.
Yeah.
Tell us where you went this year.
It was interesting. Normally I go on my own. This year I took a colleague with me from Poland, a great guy named Maciek, a photographer. Met him in Warsaw. We explored a little bit of the Lake District in Warsaw, saw Chopin's birthplace, which was definitely worth a visit, and stayed in Warsaw for the first 3 or 4 days. Actually saw the Wolf's Lair there, where Hitler and Bormann and the rest of the Nazis observed the Russian offensive.
Wow.
Was broken down by the Russians afterwards as well, but it was worth a visit to just see it.
So tell me what the whole idea behind this walkabout is.
The idea is that over the last few years, you probably remember, I've gone to Europe, I've gone to Australia, New Zealand, I've gone to China, Tibet and Hong Kong, and last year I did the Pacific Northwest. This year I wanted to do something different, and this friend of mine said, we met on a course, and he said, why don't you come with me? I'm planning a little bit of a mountain and lake panorama walkabout in Europe, and these were some of the places that I'd been in the countries, but I'd never been up the mountains, for example. So we flew to Vienna, got in a car, and drove through Austria, eventually through Italy, up to, we went to Oslo and Zolo,
let's see some of the
I was sort of
pictures.
like, you know, this is my culture, this is my state theatre, I want to see where it all came from.
So what are we looking at right here?
Okay, well, this is Warsaw. This is just beautiful downtown Warsaw, where you just walk around and see the wonderful sights on the cobblestone streets.
There's still horses and buggies.
The horses and buggies. The usual commercialism is taking place in every European city. Absolutely. So we used to go, this is the Wolf's Lair I was talking to you about. These were bunkers that Hitler and co. used to sit in and watch for their troops to try and attack Russia. Eventually it went wrong, of course, because they all froze to death. But when the Russians came in, they just broke them all down, pure cement.
Stunning.
This is one of the, this was the Lake Mondsee. So basically we go chasing the sunset. The idea was to work out at breakfast where we're going to be tonight, work out where we're going to chase the sunset, work out which mountaintops we wanted to get up to. He was the leading
This one looks like a
he planned it very, very well. We used to run up at 6, 7 o'clock every night. We'd run up a mountain by car. Don't even think about it. And we'd try and get the sunset from that part of the mountain. So this is Hallstatt. This was the beautiful Lake Hallstatt. The priority was on mountain panoramas and lakes. And in Austria and Italy, you have the most beautiful panoramas from the lakes. And we were blessed with gorgeous weather. I mean, that played a role as well.
And still snow,
And
snowy peaks.
on the big peaks, of course, it's still snow. I mean, no, that doesn't melt. That doesn't go away. That's all there. So we'd go up there. We'd go up as high as we could. Up there, for example, we saw them skiing. And we were up above them watching them ski.
Is this still Austria?
This is still Austria, and I must say, My friend Majek nearly got himself killed because I nearly threw a rock at him because he tried, well, he did actually make me walk down one of those mountains. If you ever walk down a stage of a mountain, it's very, very difficult. But eventually I did it. I didn't feel my legs for a couple of days, but it was really good.
You made it, huh?
I made it. These are the lakes, and this is Lake di Braies, Lago di Braies in Italy, where we caught the sunset. As you can see, a little church there, for example, we found to give a panorama onto the mountains. Up again on another mountain peak, seeing the people walking and hiking up there. This is Maciek, my Polish colleague. Thought I'd give him a show here on the show and show you who I went with. He's a very good guy, a friend for life now. Friend for life.
Wonderful.
This picture is my pride and joy. We went for hours up mountains, into fields, before we actually got to the top of a field, to be able to photograph down onto that little church, chapel and village with the mountains in the background like that.
Is this Italy?
Yeah, that was Italy. That was Italy as well, in the Italian Dolomites. All right? So this is Asolo, as they call it in Italy.
Oh, not Oslo.
We call it the Oslo.
Yes.
You know, this is where parts of the theatre came from. Luxembourg main pedestrian zone.
wow.
We're flitting about a little bit now, and Cologne Cathedral, my home of 18 years. I couldn't resist taking another one of Cologne Cathedral. I love it very much. And this was actually the zoo in Berlin.
You gotta go by the
You
zoo.
gotta see the zoo in Berlin.
All right, well,
And I took a selfie, as you can see.
well, thank you so much, Cliff. We love your pictures.
A pleasure.
But we're
a
glad
pleasure.
you're back.
I'm
Yes.
glad I'm back too.
And just as a reminder, season is just around the corner. And hey, you'll be at all the events photographing everyone.
Yeah.
And your photos are always available on your website.
Yes, they are. Smugmug.com. Two big ones in September. Taste of Downtown, organised by the Sarasota Opera, 9th of September. And, of course, Girls Inc.
All right.
Totally
We're going to
tailgate.
talk about
Yep.
those coming up.
All right.
I got you on those.
All right, next we're going to get Natural Allergy Solutions. We'll be right back.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. The Jacuzzi walk-in tub allows you or a loved one to take a safe and relaxing bath. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. Regain bathing independence with a Jacuzzi walk-in tub and enjoy spending more time with loved ones. Why wait any longer? During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. Call right now to save double on a new walk-in tub. Call now.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Until recently, getting older meant losing your energy, memory, sex drive, even gaining weight, but it doesn't have to.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Wilkins, owner of Age Vital Pharmacy Research and Wellness. Reversing or slowing the effects of aging can be as simple as supplementing vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your body needs in order to look and feel young again. At Age Vital, we do this without taking harmful prescription drugs that often have a longer list of side effects than benefits. Growing older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Age well, Age Vital.
And welcome back. For many, sniffling and sneezing is as much as a part of living on the Suncoast as sun and sand. But how do you handle the symptoms without constantly taking medication? Well, today, Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Age Vital Pharmacy is here to tell us about alternative allergy medications. So tell me, you know, if you don't want to take a prescription all the time or a Zyrtec or something like that, what do you do? Because, you know, you have to get through the day.
Yeah, allergies are a funny thing because different things can be a trigger to it. I mean, you can have environmental allergies, you could have seasonal allergies, you could have food allergies, and then you could have irritants. So those are like precautionary, you know, symptoms that can lead into something worse. You know, I've known people that all they do is sneeze about 40, 50 times a day. My brother was like that every day. It was just
so
like
frustrating.
Oh, it was so frustrating. He was so exhausted. His nose was always red, and I could always tell when someone has allergies when I see they have a little line right here on the tip of their nose, and they're always sniffling, or they're always
So but how bad can the allergy medication be? Because you need to get rid of that sneezing.
Yeah, the unnatural ones. I'm not a big fan of the Band-Aids for boo-boos. I like to call them, like the Zyrtec. That's a big common one. The Zyrtec D can actually, you know, convert into a toxin in your body, very much like taking a Xanax. So the last thing you want is something that makes you, you know, pass out, you know, while in the middle of taking it. And then you have the Tavastat, you have the Allegra, which is, you know, the Allegra, one of the side effects is actually getting the flu or cold. It actually weakens your immune system. So the last thing you want when you're having allergies is to weaken your immune system and get a cold. Then you have, you know, the Alivert and then the Benadryl and the Claritin. Claritin is probably one of my favorite ones over the counter if someone needs something immediately, you know, relief. It doesn't really, you know, convert into a toxin. But the Benadryl, a lot of truck drivers use Benadryl, and it's actually more toxic than alcohol. Oh. So yeah, because it makes them super sleepy. Imagine people.
Doesn't it make you sleepy?
Yeah, it makes you super sleepy. So why are you going to take something that makes you so drowsy? Can you imagine driving on the road and you're wondering why maybe some of these truck drivers. I watched a truck on 275 yesterday flip. I'm thinking, gosh, was he on Benadryl? Thinking, but yeah, but it's a terrible thing. So natural solutions that I love. You know, as far as supplements go, I love taking, telling people, drink a lot of orange juice, get that vitamin C, quercetin.
Yeah, what is that?
Quercetin is a natural antioxidant. So with allergies, antioxidants are huge for the body. So that's things that you would find in, you know, spinach, green leafy, you know, foods, asparagus, different types of fruits. So, and then also intake of raw honey, organic, local raw honey is huge for allergies because our bees are our natural pollinators. So if you have seasonal allergies, those bees go in and eat, you know, take a little bit of all of the plants. And if you're taking that every single day, I recommend a tablespoon every single morning. So the nice dark manuka raw honey.
What a treat! Yeah, it's a good excuse.
My children love it. And I'm like, here, take your allergy medication.
Right. In addition to that, you have some products. So tell us about the ones you brought here.
So all of this, you know, doing the natural, but then if people have bad habits. So metabolic immune, that's my antioxidant powder. People can take that. So if they're not big fruits and vegetable eaters, my chewable C actually reduces antihistamine in the blood. You were talking about having allergies. That could be a big issue. Not having enough vitamin C can, you know, trigger different types of allergy response and allergic response. Chewymes, enzymes for your stomach, so helping you break down your food. So if you have food sensitivities or delayed food reactions, those chewymes make sure that everything is broken down. NAC helps with the coughing and the mucus, and then the enterobiotics, probiotics, again, all of that good intestinal bacteria that helps support your immune system.
Wow. So you don't have to be on medication all day.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, thank you so much, Dr. Jenny. And now you guys can find her at her pharmacy in downtown Sarasota, or you can just visit their website, agevital.com. And hey, got all these tips for us to stay healthy naturally. Absolutely. And next, we get help with our pets suffering from separation anxiety. We'll be right back.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC filter hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check in with Paulette from Spice and Tea Exchange. And Paulette, we enjoyed our tropical tea. Now let's talk about what we're putting on the grill.
We're actually going to use an ultimate umami, which is a Japanese-inspired blend that we make in the store. Has dried shiitake, porcini mushrooms, cumin, red pepper. Ooh. It's really nice. And we'll also use it to infuse our mayonnaise.
All right, we're looking forward to a little kick. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Linda?
Do your pets miss you too much when you're gone? Separation anxiety can cause a lot of stress. Mark Chambor from Canine Corral is here to help our four-legged friends out. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
Friend, who did you bring with you?
Well, it's great to be here. This is Nilla. Nilla is one of my rescue dogs. She's actually my personal dog now.
She's beautiful. Oh. She really is. She's so calm with us.
Yes. What is separation anxiety to a dog? Does she have it?
Well, believe it or not, she has extreme separation anxiety. If she's not, separation anxiety is when a dog exhibits stress to the point that they will cause destruction, they pant, they actually may even pee or poop in the house. They have to be by a human. If they're not by a human, they don't understand it, and they just have to be by a human.
But I have a question. A dog doesn't have a sense of time, right? So does that mean if you're gone for 5 minutes, it could cause the same amount of stress as if you're gone for an hour?
With separation anxiety, behavioral, such as this is, anytime they're separated, the time doesn't matter.
Now tell me about these pictures. This is when she's alone, right?
Yeah, these pictures here that's her jumping over the counter, jumping over the fence to get to me.
She's looking for you.
Yeah, definitely. There she's actually stalking. I've never been stalked by a woman before until Nilla.
Oh my goodness.
This is her after I've worked with her a while, and she's actually relaxed now, and I'm going to go over some of the tips that got her to that, and there she's a happy girl. Very happy
look
girl.
at that.
Yeah.
What a difference we're seeing. So how can we minimize their anxiety?
Well, one of the things you want to remember is that dogs, it's natural for them to be with their pack. And so it's not natural for them to be away from the pack. So we, as humans, say, okay, we're going to go to work, we're going to go to school, or especially with children that have been with a dog over the summer, now they're in school, and it's like life changed. So what we want to remember is that we don't want to make a big deal about being gone. We have to understand that being with a pack member is natural for a dog, so we have to make it more natural to be separated. That's why it's important to start very young. You can start with crating your dog, crate your dog throughout the day when you're home, so that the dog learns that you know, it's supposed to be separated. And don't make a big deal about it. Don't do, oh, I'll be right back. And don't do that.
What I've always done.
Yeah.
So the crate doesn't become negative if they experience it when you're home as well.
Exactly. And the other thing too is, you know, you don't want to make a big deal about it. You don't want to, I guess really the biggest thing for me is that if you don't want it to follow, a lot of times we don't crate our dogs. You don't want it to follow you to the door. The most important thing about that is
that
that
if they see you leaving, is that worse?
it's worse because of the fact that it's like the door closes, you're gone. So what I always recommend is have a place like the pink place right there on the floor. I have a Thunder vest there, which helps the dog too while you're gone. But during extreme separation anxiety, it may just rip that completely off. I mean, they can cause house destruction. She causes damage. However, with me working with her on some of the things and letting her know that it's okay for me to be gone, don't make that big deal when I come back. When I come back to the corral, I'll put her in daycare and I won't make a big deal.
Oh, so you're not like, oh, daddy's back kind of thing.
And yeah, and actually daycare is great because if you take your dog to daycare period, it's with other dogs, but it's not doesn't feel it has to be with you. You are actually the pack. Give it something to chew. So if you don't crate your dog, you could have a mat, you could have a nice chew there for her, you could have a toy there, some things that, and you're not telling your dog to stay, you're just telling your dog to place
There's
there.
your place.
And you're going to leave. Change up your routine. Don't, if you crate your dog 15 minutes or 10 minutes before you leave, don't do your normal stuff with doing your makeup, getting your keys, you know, the whole 9 yards, because the dog realizes that and you set your dog up to actually be distressed. So in order to keep the dog low key, low stress, hemp oil has worked the best for me. I've had a lot of different remedies, but I use the hemp oil with her during thunder stress. And you want to understand that a lot of the things that a dog goes through separation anxiety are very similar to thunder. The treatment can be the same, meaning that we want to relax the dog. See, with all the dogs that are getting displaced because of Hurricane Harvey, they're going to experience a different type of separation anxiety. They're doing a wonderful job, by the way. The rescues are doing awesome with what they're doing. But you want to remember that separation anxiety is different. That's because of displacement. When a dog experiences separation anxiety that Nilla has, it doesn't matter where she is, what condition, she has to be with a human. Those dogs will get adopted, they'll go back to their homes, and they're going to feel just fine. That's only because of displacement. They won't exhibit it probably for the rest of their lives.
Or she will be a more...
She's always going to be a challenge, but I'll tell you, if I leave and I feel that I can tell by her condition, she pants terribly, her eyes get all bug-eyed, you know when it's coming up. And there too, that's when you don't want to make a big deal. We are the ones a lot of times that cause the separation anxiety.
Because we make a big deal.
Yeah, it's like the little kid that falls down and he gets scraped and you go, oh, they're fine until you do that. And that's kind of how this is.
Oh, this is so helpful. Thank you so much, Mark. Canine Corral website can give you more information, or you can go by and say hello and ask your questions yourself. And next, Stephanie's going to share her pictures from sending Wrigley off to college.
It's my separation anxiety.
Yeah.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The catastrophic flooding in Texas, how the state of Florida is helping with rescue efforts to save storm victims from these high waters. Plus, a temporary shelter from the storm. Some families affected by storms and flooding here in Manatee County are getting some help. Now, let's head over to Bob.
More flooding taking place right now up and down the southwest coast of Florida, including Manatee and Sarasota counties. A new advisory, a flood advisory, has been issued just recently for Siesta Key, northward, Longboat Key, all the way up into Anna Maria Island. Now, that's a new flood advisory. A flood warning continues now from Osprey through Venice all the way to Northport and Inglewood. That's a flood warning, flooding taking place in some places in this area, and a flood watch continues now through Tuesday. So the flood watch now has been extended through Tuesday. More and all that coming up at 5. See you then.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve. Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Last week on Suncoast View, we had a send-off party for our Southeastern guide dog puppy Wrigley. So Saturday was his official celebration on campus in Palmetto for his formal training. So my kids and I gave him big hugs and sent him off to change someone's life. All right, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell you this was easy. There were 24 puppies in Wrigley's freshman class. Every puppy was honored and brought up with pictures and stories. And here's our turn-in. You know, the trainer is there and ready to take him off to start teaching him everything he needs to know. And he's obviously all excited because he doesn't know what's going on, right? So we gave him big hugs and big kisses. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big crier, but I definitely had tears in my eyes.
How old is he now?
He is 13 months old.
13 months.
Yep, 13 months old. So he was with us in our home for 11 and a half months, so nearly a year. He was a teeny tiny baby at 8 weeks old when we got him.
So I see you guys here like petting him. Are you going to get the opportunity to do that again at least? Like just go back, visit, maybe?
No, there is no visiting. He is in college, and they're busy working and earning.
So no more hugs?
No more hugs. No, this was truly it.
Does he stay in Palmetto now?
He does. The Southeastern Guide Dog Campus in Palmetto is absolutely amazing. There is a full training center. He went off to the freshman dorms, and it was very well explained to us that the first thing that happens was that he will meet his roommate. And just like, this is literally just like sending your child to college. Do all children like their roommates? Nope. No. So they do the best they can because we have given them extensive data over the last year about his personality, about what he likes, what he dislikes, what he's good at, what he needs to work on.
I find this
fascinating. It is fascinating. They try to do some matching based on personality, so he has been matched with the roommate. If it doesn't work out, and they're very closely monitored, of course.
You complain to your RA and then they switch you to another door.
If one stays up too late and one wants to sleep, but Wrigley is honestly very laid back as a dog, so I think that will help him. There is our final car ride. He's a happy-go-lucky guy, happy to be having an experience like this, and that was literally his laying next to us on the floor right before we were asked to send him off to college. So this is Titus Herman. He is the CEO of Southeastern Guide Dogs, and he is such an inspiration to talk to. The fact that he comes to the freshman orientations and talks to the puppy raisers and thanks them. These are essentially his babies. And as I told my kids, this dog was never ours. This is Southeastern Southeastern Sky Dog. They gave us the honor of taking care of him as a baby and raising him for a year, and now we need to give him back to them so that he can go make a difference. So
Would you do it again?
I would do it again in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
Wow.
I
Well,
would
you
like
look great.
to. I would like. Thank you. I would. This is where they're teaching targeting. How cool is this? They literally in front of our eyes in 5 minutes. This is not really, though it looks like him. Taught this puppy how to touch his nose to the tennis ball. It's called targeting.
Wow.
And by associating food with the clicker and the tennis ball, it all came together. And we watched literally the dog learn a skill in 5 minutes in front of us. And you just realize that they're so talented, these
Adults
trainers.
can't do that.
Exactly, that they are going to teach this dog over the course of the next 4 to 6 months every skill he needs to guide another human being who may be visually impaired, who may be suffering from PTSD. The dog will know what to do.
It's amazing.
Fascinating.
Oh,
I will
yes.
tell you, my heart broke giving him back only because I have grown to love him so much, but watching what that dog will learn and the potential the dog has to help someone else was just awe-inspiring.
Wow.
And
It
you know
really
he
was.
can do it.
I
Yeah.
do know
He's a
he can
smart
do it.
dog.
You know, there is something out there, and from here on out, much like when you send your kids to college, it's up to the child, it's up to the dog. The dog will decide what it is able to do. So now we just sit back and wait.
How are your kids?
They were sad, but in a good place. Everybody gets it, you know? It's an important thing. Everybody gets it. So, no, I'm proud of my family. I'm very proud that Southeastern Guide Dogs is located right here in Palmetto on the Suncoast. You can get more information about what they're doing on their campus by going to guidedogs.org. Looking ahead, we're going to ask Cliff what we need to put on our September calendar for fundraisers. Stay with us.
We asked our customers, why is Consumer Cellular your choice in wireless?
Consumer Cellular helps me save money. It's simple and easy.
It is reliable.
I like the fact that there are no contracts.
By moving to Consumer Cellular, my cost is 50% less than it was.
They fit the plan to you.
I have everything I want with Consumer Cellular.
Their customer service is fabulous.
Customers are the #1 priority.
I really feel like they take care of me.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row.
We really appreciate the AARP discount.
AARP members get exclusive discounts.
It's easy to switch. You could use your own phone and you could use your own number. Wild horses wouldn't drag me away from Consumer Cellular.
Go with Consumer Cellular.
You're going to save a lot of money.
Switch today. It's all backed by a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Call 1-800-368-8758. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. All right, Cliff has the calendar out on his phone.
Do.
He is checking dates to tell us what's coming up in September that we can't miss.
Yeah, it's all starting again. 9th is the Opera's Taste of Downtown at the Opera House, where all the vendors and restaurants come together. Then you've got...
And that's an afternoon event.
That's an afternoon event, 1 to 3-ish.
September 9th.
September 9th.
I believe it's 1 to 4 at the Opera House, and that is a don't miss Taste of Downtown to get all the food and wine samplings of all the great businesses in downtown Sarasota.
Also at the Opera House on the 12th, Goodwill, doing their Young Guns of Country music. If you like country music, go to the Opera House, 6 o'clock. On September the 12th. That's Goodwill.
And then you have a Girls Inc. event.
I do. I'm so excited because I didn't do it last year. I was away. Girls Inc. are holding for the second time Totally Tailgate.
That's right.
So Michael's is transformed into a tailgate party with food and drink and football and monitors and everything else.
All the fun stuff, and that, of course, is all to raise money for Girls Inc. You wear your favorite team's paraphernalia, and you go have a big tailgate party for the girls. This is just the beginning, of course.
Oh, this is just nothing.
Yes. We're going to keep it. We'll have Cliff back with us in September to tell us everything we need to know that's coming up. All right, what we need to know now is it's burger time. We're going to join Paulette from Spice and Tea Exchange in the kitchen.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Harvey's impact on gas prices in Florida, how far they've already climbed, and what you'll see at the pump throughout the week. In First Alert traffic, right now there's a crash in Manatee County. It's on State Road 70 at the intersection with 60th Street. You may want to avoid that area. It is slowing traffic. Now back to Bob for more on our forecast. Scott, you might want to avoid traveling altogether here along the Suncoast right now. We have flood advisories in effect for the entire barrier islands that you see right there, meaning some of the roadways are becoming impassable. We have a flood warning in effect from Osprey southward to Inglewood all the way over to Northport, flooding taking place right there. And then a flood watch in effect for Manatee and Sarasota counties. Again, the flood watch goes in effect and stays in effect until 8 o'clock tomorrow. So we're expecting an additional 2 to possibly 4 inches of rain. It's all still out here heading in our direction. This is going to be a big event. Details at 5.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, you can be a great nature photographer with just the phone in your hand. We'll get tips on how to use our smartphone cameras to get great outdoor shots. It's time to plan our trips for 2018. Admiral Travel tells us what's trending in international travel. Plus, Suncoast for Sale and Goodwill brings Culver's Custard and J-Dub's Brewing together, all for a good cause.
And welcome back. Right now we're in the kitchen with Paulette from the Spice and Tea Exchange. And oh, I love your spices.
Thank you.
And we're going to use them to make a variety of different things.
Yeah, so we're going to start, of course we're going to do the burgers and we're going to do our French fries, but we made the sangria, or our tropajito, so we have some leftover watermelon.
Okay.
So this is something that a chef taught me, which I absolutely love. We have the Backwoods Hickory blend that we make in the store, which is normally a steak rub, something for chops or chicken, but he sprinkled it on watermelon. I would have never have thought, but the infusion of the flavors is just really
like,
amazing.
It all get mixed up?
Yeah, so it could just be a little snack or even a little appetizer.
Okay, I'm going.
Then we have our avocado here. Since we're going to be using some truffle salt, and we have avocado for the burgers.
That goes there. Here, I'm her
Truffle
sous chef.
salt.
Yeah, the truffles for
salt.
the
You have to
avocado.
slice it, though.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you just slice that.
I'm here to tell you what to do.
Yes, like that.
Well, yeah. Which way do you want it? Long ways?
There you go.
Okay.
That's perfect. And then we have a little bit of lime juice here. So if you just want to pour a little bit of lime juice and then a little bit of the truffle salt, you will be amazed how this avocado turns into just deliciousness.
I want to put every French fry I've ever had in this truffle salt.
It's
Oh my
so
God.
amazing.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
You know, I tend to over.
So again, we're using the avocado on our burgers. We have the watermelon for our sangria. So it's just creating some different flavors and a little couple appetizers or snacks.
Love it.
All right. Yes. So now we're going to go to the burgers, which we've started here. And we're going to take our ultimate umami, which again is a Japanese-inspired blend, which actually means the fifth sensation.
Oh. I got extra sauce.
Yes. So it has porcini. You can just like put it in your hand and then like sprinkle it on.
That's what I was attempting.
Yeah, and you can also mix it through the meat if you want before you actually make the patties, which is another idea. Now these are all made in our store, so they're super fresh, so the flavor is going to go a long way.
Okay.
Okay.
And so you don't have to do any extra stuff to it, like salt, pepper?
No, everything's in this blend. Now what we did here is we have two beef burgers and then two chicken breast burgers too.
Oh, what a good idea.
Just to show you how much you can really flavor some of these blander burgers,
And
so
do
we
I
would
do
say.
both sides?
Yes, once you flip it, you could do the other side. I'd let it go a little bit longer. So when those go, we'll come over here and we're going to make our sweet potato French fries.
Oh, good. I love sweet potato.
Yes, so we've sliced those up. So Linda, if you want to put them on our baking sheet here.
Okay.
Okay, and we're just going to mix some olive oil with them.
Okay. Olive oil.
Olive oil, and you always want to use
olive oil.
Yeah, we're going to take these right back off. Our olive oil, is right there.
Okay, so just drizzle it?
Just drizzle it over them. Okay, and then we will mix them all together, but first what we're going to do is just to try to experiment with some different salts.
Okay.
We have our black truffle right
Black
there.
truffle salt, so some on there?
Yes.
Never go wrong with a heavy hand.
I would do it just on the left side,
Okay,
just
this
so
is
we
just
can
for the left side.
taste some different salts.
Okay.
And then over by the olive oil container, we have our rosemary basil salt, which is an infused salt that is fairly new that we make in the store, which is amazing. It's so nice, as you'll see, with the sweet potatoes, any kind of steak, salads. It adds a really nice flavor.
I can't wait to taste it.
Yes. So we just put those in the oven. We'll cook them for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Shall I put them in?
Sure.
Okay. First, would you open the door?
And then here, yeah, you can flip them. We could add a little bit more.
There you go.
Well, I like the fact that you mentioned this is a great way to spice up the lower fat, less flavorful burgers.
Yes.
Because sometimes turkey burgers can be pretty blah and chicken
They could
burgers.
be a little blah or a little dry. These really add some flavors. I've used this on shrimp before.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's really nice.
So we're talking about the Ultimate Umami Spice Blend. It is a blend of many different flavors, kind of with an Asian flair, and I love the fact that it incorporates the mushrooms as well. You can get this, the special salts, the flavoring for tropical teas, to make all sorts of things. It's all at the Spice and Tea Exchange on St. Armand Circle. They are so knowledgeable. There's so many great recipes online. You'll definitely want to go visit Paulette and enjoy all the flavors. Cliff Rose, thanks for joining us.
Yes. Pleasure, thank you for having me.
Welcome back. We enjoyed the tour, and we're excited to kick off season. We know you'll be there.
Oh, I will.
All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay dry and take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
I think I'll have a fry. Thank you very much.
One of those truffle salted?